Good evening, Salotina Edlarota. Say hi, say what's up. Doon zinige Dene Yati podcast or with Anna Dlenasi Willa Janvier Hushe in Telas Tools in Lalash, Saskatchewan. Clearwater River Dene Nation band member the Hislu and Doon zinige is a Treaty 4 territory. Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, years in all Huntati Da Nadlisa. So doon zinig it I know hala yaltiare Buffalo River Dene Nation as in Jereche Melissa Desjarlais Huliela ku Melissa Bahalya yalti I believe last summer only or maybe before that, but New Year no neither. It feels like forever a lifetime ago, but your queer school honey thorough mental health NADAP worker Leon Benenitzen and duhu school another way that the seek another, but adre then emotions chart has seen is school one of her projects a as on doing so questions what's in it, don't be shy, throw it in the comments and we'll get to them. She'll answer them. So Aida Masina Rosion Dunzinigan Halhuntadultia. Melissa Edlanet Melissa.
Eso stila kunan.
So still earlier Dunzinige. Ninit Hagole hash shalom da dinner. Nezun nezun. Well, Masina Rosion Salhunta in da Dunzinige. I know it's been a while I here, don't do, but we keep in contact here and there in Azula. But last time I here, aloni nani tondi NADAP worker. Atlant do yisu alen.
It's pretty good. There's a lot of new things that we're trying in the program, different things. It's a lot of there's a lot of opportunity, I guess you could say,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of learning in this year. Getting like building relationships with clients, and bringing in some things, some new things for them to explore,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really eye opening too. And it's like Nezu Sapa. I love
Mm-hmm.
my clients. I like working
Mm-hmm.
with my clients. It's also challenging though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nene kontuale nare, I'm sure nak the duelant athleondala Atlanti sirharil din, nene kontuale na. I know sober na throw it's a bonus throw you then it's an inherent and when you get in that position they Atlanti sirharil din over the last, it's been what, 2 years almost.
It's actually been just a little over a year since I started this job.
Oh yeah,
It's
you're right.
September 20th last year I started, so just over a year.
2021 you started, huh?
Hmm. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, Atlantis here in Dini, don't sign Nena who's there, Dini. Then Hal Allen now, and maybe some of the things that you notice, you grow as a person too.
Well, for me, like being on my own personal journey too, like I'm learning from clients as well. Like there's school that I'm taking. It's taught me a lot about how to work with people, how to communicate, how to deliver, you know,
Mm-hmm.
things in a good way, so that you can bring more clients in and build relationships with them. So see, I like to give good vibes to people and build people up,
Mm-hmm.
so when I have clients come in, I try to make them feel as comfortable as possible,
Mm-hmm.
and honor them, and respect them by, like, just listening, and respecting their privacy, and their confidentiality and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So just creating safe spaces for people to share, like, things that you normally wouldn't share with people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, or any, and trust to confidentiality, a nezondela, then you know, they want to feel safe when do it, lisi, then a held only they, they're not going to trust you. So that's a very big important thing, I believe, in a recovery boss. That's Eddie there.
Yeah, it is. It is like one of the main things because, like, even what I learned in school is like it only takes two visits to like a biased like doctor or healthcare professional to ruin it for one person for the rest of their lives, to make that person distrust
Hmm.
people. So when I come into this position, I'm humbled and honored when somebody wants me to work with them. So I
Hmm.
respect them as much as I can. And I know that this journey is not mine, also. So I have to respect it.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, and then it's not hell alone now. Caseload or then I told you all ages or don't a.
It's mostly adults.
Mm,
I've worked with a few youth, um, but mostly adults.
mm,
And it goes up and down. Sometimes, like, um, it'll be quiet, and sometimes there'll be a lot like a high.
mhm,
The caseload is manageable, but
mhm,
sometimes it is overwhelming when there's other things to be done.
mhm, mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Nezu, nezu. And nen don't soon the naki nen nenta jasa the sober another. Don't doing ni atlanti sig another nen aba elti hingalia.
I I do nowadays. I do a lot of walking,
Mhm,
taking care of me physically, and I also started ceremony recently. Like, I never really found a connection until probably, like, I've been to three or four ceremonies now,
mhm,
and I like it. I enjoy it. Um, it's a second family. It's a place where you can go to bring, how if I'm having a good day or a bad day, I can celebrate and pray for it. Or if I'm having a bad day, I can go there and pray for myself or whatever. So I take care of myself through ceremony, through walking. I'm trying to like eat better, and I do a lot of meditation too. And, I'm starting to realize how important self care is when you're in this field as well. Like,
mhm,
you really have to take care of yourself because you can't take care of or help other people if you're not well, right? Like, so
mhm,
I was feeling a little bit of burnout like earlier on in the year, but I kind of stepped back and, I realized I need to take care of myself. So I just do little things too that make me happy. Like, sometimes I'll just lay in bed and have a nap, or,
mhm,
whatever I'm feeling that day, whatever I feel like my body needs, I'll do it. And I drink a lot of water now.
mhm. Yeah. Yeah, Nezu, and that's one of the things there, bagay tina na real grow through that you see her in personally, and then how you learn on your own is, you know, through clients din nila that edaga see her in that's very important, especially school dina there's on the doing this year now then.
Yeah, I got my certificate in December, but I went back for year two for the diploma. So started that again at the beginning of January, and I'm going for year two yet.
Also, kuste de this year and san diploma and all true das.
Yeah.
Nezu nezu. Na badlant edu 2 year school line there. I know at the oil sands align now, and then a big change on the from there. Even the lifestyle with some bao konti doing la doing lant enaba.
To be honest with you, sinelaku, because I have a purpose. I have a sense of belonging somewhere now. Like, I grew in that aspect of my life where before I used to feel like I was from the outside looking in, and now it's the other way around. Like, I know where I belong, and
Mhm.
it was a big change money wise. It was something that I had to get used to, and it was scary too to leave.
Mhm.
But it's part of my growing. Sometimes you have to do things that you're scared of. Even going to school was scary for me. Like, I didn't like, though, of course there's that self-doubt in your mind, trying to hold you back. And when I first started, I was like, how am I going to do this? Like, all these different questions in my head. And then I still went for it anyways, as scared as I was. And I
Mm-hmm.
I found that, like, I really utilize this course, especially with the work that I do. Like, I'm learning so much, not only about how to work with clients, but a lot about myself, like a lot of shadow work too that I have to do. And it's really amazing what, you know, learning and education, especially like decolonized education. It's
Mm-hmm.
really amazing, like the things you learn. So I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, I don't regret leaving. I get to see my kids at the end of every day, which is, more than anything for me that money can buy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Nezo, and and Duhun and SNA, I can see it, and Nezo Nabasi Neza,
Mhm.
the school now, though, the healing out the son that they see Honan Altana, even though net's the instructor, as a counselor, not as on its and I see Honan Altana that but orange our Lissy, plant a by, knock at the duon maybe you gotta dig a little deeper nen ba to figure out glant adast nest thanarsi done.
It is. It's a lot of healing work going to school in this position. And there's some things that kind of come back from like old things from when I was younger. And it's like I have to learn how to sit with it, and learning more about like why things are the way they are, and forgiving and working through those uncomfortable feelings. And those sometimes, like, I find myself a little bit triggered by some of the things that we learn because I've seen some of it growing up.
Mm-hmm.
But but the good thing about our classes too is that, like, our instructors always give us space to like debrief after and make sure we're okay, or like, we have that opportunity to say, hey, I'm not feeling the best right now. Like, and they will reach out and say, like, hey, do you need an extra hand, or do you need what do you need from us to help you? So in that aspect, it's really good. And I really, never imagined to like actually sit with some of the things that I've sat with in the past year through school and be okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. The and balance there. You got a motherhood, student life, work life. Busy all the time. But kadrotila. Don't see another shadow. I know at the end of the day, Nes Kambanin Dari Nicole. I guess a little easier. Than in Yanant as an Eskena.
Yeah. Yeah, I have teenagers now. My youngest daughter, she's going to be 11 in February. But even though it's still a busy schedule, like my girl plays hockey, like I have to try to find time to attend games, take her to practice. Her brothers help me out. The kids go to school or they're going to trips. So I really have to schedule everything and work around my classes. And we put up evening programs, like even to do this today. Like, I just kind of arrange with coworkers, okay, like, I'm going to do this interview at 7. Is it okay? Like, I got everything ready prior. I was like, is it okay if you guys start without me and then I'll join after I'm done? Kind of those things, like just kind of
Mm-hmm.
planning around everything. And when Marcel's home, he gives me a hand. So like right now he's back, like he can go pick up the our daughter from practice. So it's like the support system is really good in the home. Like with the kids, they help me out. And like even with housework, we all pitch in and do things together.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Nezu, nezu, nezu. A lot of good stuff, to juggle lant on the life for, kondi sig and under day. At it, project in CNC school, I know that it's the instructor, Salko Dean Leo, and then oh, it's this person, Henny Melissa. You know Melissa, that's But there then emotions chart in CNC. Yeah, so no hal curry and then but I don't know. Yeah.
Well, we had the project in school, and like we were teaching about, like we were getting taught about emotions. And one of the things in our communities is we're bilingual. Like a lot of us, our first language is Dene or Cree, or all these different native languages. So we had to come up with something, like how we could reach our clients, how we can get them to identify how they're feeling. Because I noticed, like, even I don't know, like I see a lot of sometimes, like, status is like, I feel depressed. Depression is a state, it's not an actual feeling or an emotion, right? Like, so like if you're in a depressed state, are you feeling sad, like, like those kind of things. But because a lot of our people speak only Dene, like how do we get them to say how they're feeling, like identify their feelings? So I was just sitting here twiddling my thumbs. I'm like, how am I going to do this? I was kind of a little bit like, and then I was like, you know what? I was like, the best way to do this is through our language. Like, I know a lot of our people here in JSC, like they speak Dene. And sometimes, I know, like one time I had a client, he's like, I don't know if I can go into treatment because I don't know how to read and write. And, they have all these questions. So I'm like, no, you don't need to worry. I'm here for that. And I'll help you. So now it's like, okay, the best way to get through to somebody or to help them identify their feelings is by doing it through the language.
Mm.
So I went on that Cheryl Herman's Dennis Wuslina page,
Mm-hmm.
and I looked through all the little files that she has posted on there. And I all the emotions, I used it from there. And I acknowledged her even in the classroom, like this is her work. And Allison LeMig helped me with the title. um
Mm-hmm.
like I asked her, like, how would we say how are you feeling? And I said, I need you to help me spell it out too. Like, I can spell it, but I'm not proper with the
Mm-hmm.
hyphens and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So she helped me, and we put it together. So this is, I'll kind of take you over here to show you how it looks.
Okay.
So I don't know if you could see it properly, but see,
Yep.
this
Yep.
here is Nabad Nabad Lahunte, like how are you feeling? And then there's like all these different ones here, like Nistur, Hokasli, Josni, Hische, Sajoha, Harathastra, Hathasti, Sadwe, Ani like the Anzi Sinye, like I'm excited. Asiat Anari Henesli, Sagan Nohetan, Hosty, like all those feelings. So
Lanet Aika. Lanet
there there is one, two, three, four, five. There's 15.
mm.
Hmm. So there's
Mm.
15 different ones. And, when I was done, I was like, it doesn't feel enough for me. I wanted to incorporate little, little faces with like the excited face or whatever. So it
The
wasn't,
emojis.
yeah, like that's what I wanted to do. And, but when I presented it, um, the instructor was impressed. And, I felt proud too, because I like, I like to speak Dene. Like, if my grandpa was here, I would probably be speaking more Dene.
Mm.
It's easier for me to speak it to him or my grandma, but
Mm.
I still struggle like with other people. Once I'm comfortable with you, I'll speak it more,
Mm.
but it's a little struggle for me to still speak it like open in public
Mm.
sometimes.
Ja, ja, sunt ila dun zinik Willie Belad Bahalja radio nuni zini Melissa henni denedit akole dena ayal tila henni and bate and henni and going back to that chart a regular emotional chart day sad happy lonely jealous you konti dena ade kont ahilla konti si
Hmm.
na badlant ay
Nothing
nothing.
today.
Eh, ARC you kind of gotta read it out. It's like a longer form than arsin dena. Na
Mm-hmm.
badlant ay kont u barin dina.
So tila, like I asked Tion, like I can read it,
Mhm.
man.
Mhm.
It's easy for me because I took Dene class Nishchilu, and honestly, Willis, before I started school, that's all I spoke was Dene. Like
Mhm.
I when I remember go back into the like Nishchilu, my grandma told me one time that I told the teacher, my teacher was Eliza Nolcho in kindergarten. I said, Nastaris, yeah, I said, try God knows try. I said, I'll come back later. I told her. So they still bug me for that, right? Like, I
Yeah.
guess I was hungry. I said, I would lift the truth, let's stay the rest. Yeah, I said, I want to eat panic. So after that, she started bringing fruit to school because she knew I was hungry.
Yeah.
So,
Nezo, nezo. Emotions chart, don't do each one both. Don't do like you just a Cheryl Bagari. You took that and put it on
yeah.
your yeah.
So in that file on Let's Learn Dene Suslina, I think it's what it's called.
Mm,
Dene Suslina Hadarul Den or something like that, that page on
that
Facebook.
page. Yeah.
If you go to the top, there's little links and it'll say files. And then if you hit that file,
Mm-hmm.
it'll there's so much Dene things in there that you can use, like the virtues, all these different things, and they're all categorized like this is like I am happy, and then it'll show the words on the other side. Like it's
Mm.
really like there's really lots of information on that page.
I never knew that. I thought then I know a lot of people. Claudia questions debits in they go
Mm-hmm.
there and Dennis isa. I always look for that. Oh, okay, John files
Mm-hmm.
that I. Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Hmm. Well, there's a lot, eh?
yeah, there's lots of things in there. Like, so even me, like, even if it's not for the emotions, like if it's something that I'm struggling with, I go there and I learn from that. And Cezanne Sabat, it's easy to read.
Hmm. Wow. Well, I learned something. I've been on this page for quite some time. Thank you, Cheryl.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I start printing everything. Okay, back to this here. I guess.
You're just mind blown.
Yeah, Coach Shannon,
Yeah,
yeah, he thought konu denesi Derek Crow and
yeah,
konu resources only. And you see the oh man, right on. I'm gonna have to talk to her again. I'm gonna contact her, Cheryl, if you're
yeah.
gonna see this. All righty.
We have a lot of like people that carry the language and they know so much. Like even here we have like Jesse Sylvester, Ramona Billette, like they're really deadly too with Dene.
Mm-hmm.
Like even in Coal Lake we have a lot of women and men out there too. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's it's cool.
Yeah, Dennis Uclinit, I know Cheryl Louis Jesse didn't Jesse Nidan Ali Jala doctor
Mm,
Bezigata ala doing, and Dennis sound not Diana and always Bahalia Tire to bring this stuff because they don't know where to go. Like I didn't know all that stuff was there. So thank you, Masi.
yeah,
Now because people then I said, Kurtlia, how do you say this? Like Ezzy, I don't know how to write it properly. Maybe phonetically I can sound it out and write it, you know. But it's end he, so
yeah,
I'm a little
yeah. It's amazing,
yeah.
Yeah,
Nezu. Good stuff. So, yeah, we'll carry on here. I Alain, see, a chart I then a helbet earnings ask that do see honest tendency.
yeah. Next thing I want to kind of work on is like how to do a presentation like that in our own language.
Mm,
Nabadlahunte, and just I want to practice it and practice it and practice it till I get it right, and then deliver it to because we have women's wellness nights, right?
mm,
And I want to like Si Sabara, like learning my language was kind of what inspired me and helped me stay sober too, because I started to learn who I was, and I felt a sense of pride, like knowing that, it's very rare to speak the language. And, our language is
Mhm.
rare, and all our languages are rare and they're special, because through all the things that, colonialism has done, we still speak it today.
Mhm.
And, we weren't supposed to if colonialism had won, but
Mhm.
it's still here. We're still resilient. So like it makes me proud, and it's one of the things that, helped me sober it up. When I first started my healing journey, that's what I used to do. I used to make TikToks and like kind of do little Denny ones, just because I used to be bored. Like I didn't really know what to do, and I didn't really like go anywhere. So that's
Mhm.
what I used to do to kind of entertain myself at first.
Mhm.
And the more like I started hanging out with my grandparents so that I could learn more from them, and like it's amazing, what we can learn from our elders. And
Mhm.
like my grandpa is 80 years old,
Mhm.
and he's got so many stories. Like if you go to somewhere with him, you'll never be bored, I'll tell you that.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I know,
Hmm.
Bahalias Ani, but never happened. But one day, maybe Kosini Yare with a camera,
Hmm.
sit there. Janine Daharinyo and their Chalakwas is gonna record you.
Yeah. He'll do it too. They actually had a few elders, they recorded a few elders last week here at in our building.
Mhm.
And it's like a little project that they're working on, and they want to, what would you want our people to remember after like you're gone.
Mhm. Hmm.
So
Dena'a or Totina?
then
Hmm. Hmm.
hmm so
Nice. Very
yeah,
good
he's
stuff.
always up for that. He likes to tell stories. That's his thing, eh? Like,
Mhm.
and he will bug you, of course.
Yeah.
And you guys will probably become best friends, because I know him and Julian are best friends now.
Mhm. Yeah, and so next time, time day, on day,
Hmm.
yeah, bring my camera, that's it, and really, um, dalut natija tied then I kuntu and really enjoyed that. So, one last thing before I know program gonna there plenty program gonna update here na I know Julia no kunti they got men's night too couldn't they women's who kunti say basic gonna update.
Yeah, we actually are coming close to our 1 year of having women's wellness here. We started it, me and my coworker Vanessa, and our other coworkers. We started it to just to build healthy relationships, with women, like empower one another. We do have ground rules in there. There's no gossiping. We don't put it like that though. Just say like this is a safe place for people to come. We ask respectfully that we keep it like gossip free, and just be mindful of others. And that's the whole point. We sit together. They're working on moccasins right now, and some of them are making ribbon skirts.
Mm,
And we just, we provide the food and the drinks, and we sit there, we listen to music. Right now we actually made like a presentation. I have somebody that's doing a practicum here, um Callie Desjardins.
mhm,
And we made a presentation, a PowerPoint on what is codependency. So it's just a little short one, just to educate our ladies on little things, not little things, but things like that, like so they're aware. Like
mhm,
later on we'll get into other things, like just because I realized through these classes how much I did not know about certain things like codependency and all these different things, and how important it is to know, what all these terminologies mean.
mhm,
And, so I was like, hey, let's teach that to our girls, even if it's like a little 5-10 minute presentation. At least we, showed them something.
mhm,
And so that's something that we worked on today. And another thing we do is we have AA meetings every Monday, and I think every other week from now on, we're gonna start doing the AA meeting first,
Mm-hmm.
and then the NA meetings after the AA meeting is over. So
Mm.
yeah, it's
Nezo,
pretty
you
good
know,
stuff.
yeah, Nezo, that is seeking out Daisy. One of the important things to consistency, right? And it sounds like you seeking out there, you codependency, you can see a boss. It's very interesting, and that you see her in Daisy, they, I guess one of the ways. Torium, we've got a little bit of codependency. We rely on something one way or another that Uber and Nisi, but to be kind of interdependent the sadalot na so I can't do the sound a lot, but yeah, na zuma na basin nesa na tu nenes una halyas tie nek eboret na tu si I know I seen you Noel Sands and do na there na basin nesa yeah masina hosio and nesa yatini are in na banos ala
I have to kind of tell you a little funny story here.
right.
So today we were working on that presentation, me and Callie, and we are sitting there. And as we were going through, I said, like, can you put together a little piece of like codependency, and then once I'm done doing this, I'll come in there and then I'll start doing it on the. You'll read it out, and I'll type it up on a PowerPoint. And she was like, okay. And so, like, she was reading it to me. And as she was reading it to me, I was like, oh my God, I feel so attacked right now. And then I told her. And then after she started reading out, like, how do you help yourself for codependency? How do you, like, all these things? And I'm like, and I was just laughing because I was like, why do I feel so attacked right now? But it was funny. She's like, I was feeling the same, and I was like, for real. So yeah,
Yeah,
it is true. It was funny though because I'm like, wow, like, but it is good for people to know all these things and learn more about yourself and how to help yourself. So
yeah, yeah.
I'm
It's
happy you asked me to come. Oh, there's Amber. Hi, Amber.
yeah,
I'm really happy that you asked me to join you again. I really appreciate the coming on here and chatting with you, and I really
mm,
like what you're doing too because it's like for me it's nice to see Dene representation, and it's
mm,
really when I see you doing all these interviews, it's like I watch and I listen and I'm like, wow, I'm proud of
mm,
you as well. So I'm happy for you
mm,
too, and I think that the creator is gonna like bless you even more. That's the way I see it. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
yeah,
Masi, and that seeking under si nebasinio, and that dena ana halya iltila the whole way through. And totina, I sinela that we were able to do that because holare, saduna heret yonala dena yeden
yeah,
renew, I direct see, see continue to bring that dena suslinia tikole dena sana dena niha. So I really enjoyed this today.
yeah.
And once again, Masi Nerosio, and I'll let you go to your program. Keep on keeping on, everybody, and Cali too. And we'll see you hockey tournament und ade.
See you, Marcy.
Masi. Have a good night. Alrighty, salot in a kuyi Melissa Pizza. Hulilai. Melissa M. Desjarlais, a Dreschiot, a NADAB worker at the student the had Leona to seek another see a no how code deal. Just an update lanteo and see near not ubani igare just from if you go back from the first interview in Danish and until now it's a lot of growth happens over time, seeking on their day. And Melissa is a good example of that. So, sinne dunzinege. Eight dunzinege yurtsembalana dlila. Next weekday, we're going to have another guest. I believe, yate nenotsi. Adre denesuslin, it's a quick cookbook. I got to double check. But kind of once a week to dene I'm gonna dene halde yas tiasa Kont was just kind of my schedule practicum the hestiondala. So every day and then halala dare then an Indian drains you. So dois need a but you can also TikTok you're the do my own little show edition head Geno. You can check it out 8 o'clock at Doon Zinekeu and then Zink Sunday 8 o'clock TikTok live. So yeah, once again, masi cho si ne san doon no hal hunta dul easy logan no hen nenes no barrel yan leo this weekend tin telas tourism tournament nunt on I will be there with my pads on and maybe I'll try to save a puck or two. So, Masicho, si Willis Janvier, Houche, in Telas Tours in Lalache, Saskatchewan, Clearwater River Dene Nation, band member the Hesio, and Dunzina get organized Tiare, Treaty for Territory, Masicho Salatina.